Happy Saturday, everybody. It's Kelly in Black Thread Studio. I cannot believe that next week is Christmas. So I think I have everything done, but I am so excited to share today with you and show you what we're going to work on. When I got this idea, I haven't seen it anywhere. That doesn't mean it's not out there, but I got so excited about it that I had to do it right away. And then when I started it, I realized it wasn't very Christmassy and that you guys still might want to be focusing on Christmas. So today we're going to work on a version that I came up with this Christmassy. So I think before I get started, I'm just going to, for anybody that's new here, I'll just kind of tell you real quick. I'm Kelly. I live in Wisconsin outside of Milwaukee. So anytime that I post or whatever I do, it will be central time for me. And I'm an optician. I work in a private optometric office, and I have for, I don't know, 33, 34 years. And I love what I do. I think it's really important. But quilting and creating and sewing and hand stitching, all of that is what really makes my heart pitter patter. So I've been kind of a frustrated girl for my whole adult life, trying to spend more time doing what I love doing. So that's why I'm here. So on that note, just so you guys know, it takes me about 45 minutes to drive to work and back home, so that adds to my day. But Mondays and Wednesdays, our office is open from 8 to 7. By the time I get home and make dinner, it's usually after 8 on those nights. And Jim has been a really big help trying to start to get dinner ready. He's getting to be quite the cook. And then the other nights, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Friday's date night. We're just staying home now. But the other nights, I'm just really tired when I get home. So my excitement is Saturday, spending in Black Thread Studio, and not just creating by myself, but creating with you guys. So if you're making anything, I really want you to share it. Tell me what you're doing. If you like what we're working on, do thumbs up and subscribe, because I'm learning how important that is. And I also have an Instagram that you can head over there. So that's just a little bit about me. And I really, really hope that you're excited like I am about today's project, because it's not hard. It's not hard. It's going to be easy. So let's get started. I feel like there's something else I wanted to tell you, but I can't remember. If I remember, I'll tell you along the way. So let's back up just a little bit, and I'm going to show you what we're working on today. Okay, so I did give you a little teaser. I did cut this off a little bit, but for my birthday, Paige sent me, I don't know if you guys have heard of Milk. I think I had heard of it, but just wasn't really aware. But it's all these really yummy chocolates and handmade stuff. Anyway, in this came brown sugar oatmeal cookie crust butter. Let me tell you what a treat that was. So, oh, and if you're wondering, Weight Watchers is not starting until after the holidays. I've declared that. So I'm thinking about it. It's starting after the holidays because it's too much pressure. Anyway, when I had this, I thought, gosh, that is so cute. I can't just throw that away. That perfect little gift box. So what I did is I took it apart and deconstructed it. I did cut this little thing off so I could figure out how I was going to make a pattern for it. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. So let's get started. So what I did, I kind of, I'll show you what I did wrong too. So part of sharing and trying it myself first is to tell you what I did wrong so that you don't make the same mistakes. So I thought I was really going to use this one today. And I traced with a black Sharpie. And then I realized after I did that you're going to see those lines. So when you trace this, I want you to use a pencil, and I want you to trace on what is going to be the inside. Before I do that, I thought this would be a good idea. I was doing printed out templates for English paper piecing, and I had this left over, and I thought, wouldn't that be pretty? And I still think it would. So take this idea if you want. even though you're not going to open it, I thought it's so pretty when you do open the ends that you see a little bit of that. Okay, so here's my other issue on getting started on Saturday mornings, trying to share with you guys. So let me just back up a little bit and tell you how I do this. Since I'm working all week, on Sunday is when I get the next project ready for next week. And then I share that on Tuesday teaser with you. So Saturday, when I do this, I'm actually trying to finish up what I started and get everything done and everything organized so I can record it and then share it with you guys in the afternoon. That usually takes a couple hours. It takes me all morning to get everything ready and a couple hours to try to film it. And then usually it takes a couple hours to upload. But here's the other thing. On Saturday morning, how can you tell your family not to call and text? But it's very distracting because while I'm sitting here, I've gotten like 8 texts from family. Everybody trying to figure out about food for Christmas Eve and presents and all that stuff. So pardon me if I look up and I seem distracted. I am, because family is calling. Anyway, I thought it would be fun if you saw this when you opened it, which it would be, but I couldn't use this one because it had the black Sharpie marking on it. So I'm going to try to rush through. I will also tell you, I don't want to rush through so you don't get it, but because I don't have enough storage and the right equipment yet, I do realize that I have to do this in a couple parts, so I do apologize. Just plan on part 1, part 2. If there's a part 3, you guys, please just thank you for your patience and just skip part 1, part 2, part 3, and we'll get through it and we'll get to the end of it. So I am not going to worry about when I have to cut it off. When I feel like I need to, we'll just cut and I'll go to part 2 and we'll just continue on. Okay, so let me show you the finished one. This is the one so you guys can get excited about what we're going to do and want to do it yourself. So come on, that is so cute. I actually have this one ready to send to Hadley. It's not going to make it after Christmas. Actually, I think, you know, Christmas time is so busy and you're just worried about getting things out and sent out. I'm going to send her and Reed a little care package for Happy New Year after the holidays. And I'm going to send this to Hadley. I don't know what I'm going to do for Reed yet. He's too little for this, but I put a little tag on there. And it says, to Hadley, good things sent with love, comes in small packages. Love forever, Grandma. I would love to get that. So this is the fabric part. We'll deconstruct it a little bit. The opening, I used a little ribbon flap, and that's where I tied the tag. She can close it up. This side, I closed up. I thought you could put 2 ribbons on it. This side, I actually closed up with that on the inside, so she would focus on keeping this one closed and opening from this side. I did, this was the teaser that I showed. I did a little love charm, and I did a dragonfly and a ladybug, and those are on there with, you know what, my trusty liquid stitch glue, and a little bit of beading. And I'll give you a little heads up that this kind of stitching and make is going to be next Saturday. Okay, so I'll talk more about that at the end. But and then I went through, I did this kind of on a linen-y thing, and then I went through and I stitched on the edges. What I do want to talk about really quick, let me find a spot. I don't know if you can see that where the blue ink was. This is the water soluble that I used, and you can see some here. I have probably wet this down 3 times and it still hasn't come all the way out of this. So if, that's all I have right now is the water soluble. If you have the disappearing ink, it's purple, I would try to use that one. I don't know if it's just doing that on this fabric, but I guess we'll find out today when we do the one we're going to do today. So anyway, kind of a gift box for a gift, and in here chocolates, jewelry. I have a couple of girls in my family that I can see getting engaged in the future. I was thinking, how cute would it be to put an engagement ring in there? Jack and Giannis. Anyway, this is what I have in here because I'll probably throw some more things in here for Hadley. But she loves, we started a jar of yo-yos. So I have a few yo-yos that I stuck in there. Some little candy chocolates that she can share with her brother Reed. And then I just had this really cool kind of stone heart that I threw in there. So, I mean, it fits quite a bit. So just for her, I think I'll just keep adding and throwing some things in there. Plenty of room. And let's get started because I'm excited about the Christmas one too. It's going to be so pretty. So this is what you're going to need. Start out with a piece of template, Mylar plastic. I get mine at Joann Fabrics. I'm sure they're everywhere. I had everything organized, but then I moved it. Okay, so you guys know the deal. If you want to make anything that I'm doing here and you want me to share this with you, just because, all you have to do is email me at blackthreadstudio@yahoo.com, and in the subject line, put me please. That's all you have to do. And from here on out, so the girls that have already done that, you will get everything from here on out. If you want them to be included, that's all you have to do. If you don't want one, delete it. That's all I can say. And if you do want it, print it out. I do these all by hand, so they're not professional, they're not pretty, but they work. So this is what you will get. The template, is it upside down? Yeah. The template for this and the template for the second part. And this is all you need. So once you get this in the mail, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Or in your email, you take the template plastic over it. And again, for time, I'm just going to show you. Trace over this, just like that, for both pieces. And what you'll end up with, if you cut it out, is this. That is the shape. It will have a fold line for the middle and a fold line for that little flap where we're going to put it together. And this would be the flap where we're going to bend that and then you glue that to make it into a little package. And then on the other side, you will need this. This is the template for your fabric backing. You do not need this fold part. Let me do that again. You don't really need this. I just did that so that I could know where it's going to fold and where I want my pattern to stop. So you'll take this and this. And the reason that this is really nice to do is because whatever fabric you pick out, and I have to tell you, I love this fabric. I wish I could tell you what it was, but I don't know. It was just a piece that I had down in my neutrals box, and I just couldn't even believe that I found this Christmas. I love it. I don't know who it is or what fabric, but anyway, as you lay this down, then you can actually see through, if you're trying to do a pattern, to line this up. So I don't know if you can see my blue markings here, but when I did this, I thought, oh man, I really want to make sure I get at least one full ornament in. So on this side, I did get 2 full ornaments in. On the back side, I did get 1 full ornament in. I didn't want to make it too heavily stitched or decorated. I wanted it to be simple. So I left this one that we're going to do today. You don't have to do both sides. On this one, I did not. I focused on the front. This one, since it's a pattern, again, you don't have to do the back. When I fold it on the fold line, those will be going that way. This one would seem to be upside down, but it's just, it just depends, I guess, what side they open it from. There will be some ornaments that we're going to have embellished, okay? So what I want you to do is get your fabric after you've cut out your templates and line it up. Use your little marking pen. We'll go over a little spot, although this makes me nervous now because it didn't come out on the other one. And just go all the way around holding it down. I'm gonna put little hash marks here. This is where that fold line is. I actually end up cutting this off. Actually, I think I did cut it off. I did. I didn't even put it on your little thing, so don't worry about it. So I'm gonna just mark this where we're gonna cut it off. That will make it easier. Okay, so when we cut it out, this will be my cut line. And in case you're wondering, I got chocolate on there. Okay, so there is, I'm gonna go over this again just so you guys can see it because it's pretty light. And I did that on purpose because I got kind of nervous after it didn't come out of that other fabric, but we're gonna hope for the best here on this one. So I'm just making that a little bit darker. Okay, so you can do this with any fabric or motif that you find, and I'll show you what I did up close. I grabbed some embroidery floss. I didn't want it to be on there too thick. You guys know I absolutely love the thread gatherer floss. That is what my choice of floss, as well as the ribbon, the slow ribbon on Hadley's, that little, look at that beautiful, beautiful ribbon. And that's what I'm using today. She does all hand-dyed silk floss and ribbons. And then I just went back in and on that little kind of hang chain motif, I just did little teeny silver beads. So we're gonna do that, okay? We'll, excuse me, started on the other side. I think when I'm working in here, excuse me, the air is just really dry. Okay, so if you know how to embroider, great. If you don't, I guess I'll start simply so that it would be easy if you wanted to do this. I will tell you, I'm going to start this up. That will probably be a stopping point for me, and I'll finish stitching all the way around. So I decided I was going to do this side in green, and I'm just using 2 strands. I started talking about the thread gatherer. This time I'm using DMC floss, and I do know what color this one is. This is 937. It's kind of a more of an olivey green, which I really love. And you know what? I have a book that has all these stitches listed in it. I think I need to look them up so while we're talking I know exactly what these stitches are called. I know, but I don't think about it, so I don't use it that much. Anyway, I like to use these little teeny hoops. I think because of my hands. It doesn't hurt my hands as much, and I can reach better. So, and that happens to line up perfectly in the hoop, and I'm gonna just grab a starting point, and this is the stitch I am just stabbing. I'm coming up a little ways away from it. You know, it's hard to do this just right on the edge of that ornament. I'm kind of tracing it, and then I'm coming down in the same hole that I came up in. So I'm backing up just a little bit. And then I'm coming back down in the same one. So what I think I'm going to do is go finish this up. When I get to that point, I am going to use this green in a two plies or whatever is what I'm going to use, and then I'm going to go around the ribbon just like I did on that side. So I used a little bit darker on the ornament itself and then a little bit lighter of the same color for the ribbon. I will go around, do double, actually follow that, and then when I get ready to do the beads, I'll come back and we'll do that together. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.